Welcome back from the break. You're watching the Homeowners Show. The Homeowners Show is proudly brought to you by First National Bank Ghana and supported by CBC Properties. Now, last year, First National Bank helped many Ghanaians to become homeowners through the Year of Home Ownership. That's the YOHO initiative. Now, this year, they're making it easier for you to build that property to your taste or complete the housing projects that you started. Through the Build Up 2022 initiative, everyone who applies for a home construction loan gets up to 1.5% discount on your interest rate. Now, don't miss out on Build Up 2022. Speak to First National Bank's experienced team of home loan consultants today to discover more help. You can call us on 024-2435-050 or 0800-770-522 to get started. First National Bank, how can we help you? Now, are you a homeowner who requires financial assistance to meet other pressing needs? Well, First National Bank can help you unlock the value in your house by releasing equity in your property to finance your business, fund your child's education abroad, or any other need. Speak to First National Bank's experienced team of home loan consultants today to discover more help. Call us on 024-2435-050 or 0800-770-522 to get started. First National Bank, how can we help you? Now, CBC Properties says I should ask you, why do you have to buy a piece of land now? Well, as Anthony Trollope put it, and I quote, because land provides the highest returns, the greatest values, the least risks, and of course, it is the only thing that cannot fly away. Now is the best time to own a land in Oyarefa, Pram, East Legon Hills, Adenta, Manfro, Shire Hills, Aimensa, and so on. Call CBC Properties to schedule for a free site visit on 0303-935-313 or 0262-898-686. Website www.cbcghanalimited.com. You can follow CBC Properties on social media at CBC Ghana Limited on Facebook and Twitter, at CBC Ghana on IG, and at CBC Properties on YouTube. And you can find out everything that you want to find out about CBC Properties, and they will be helping you. Well, today, guess what? What are we talking about? Now, a lot of you out there have been looking for opportunities to put up a building, own a home of your own, put a roof over your head. First National Bank Ghana is in the business of ensuring or facilitating that. They are the ones who make sure that you get the loan, you get what you need to purchase that property of yours. Well, today, guess what? We're going to talk about the home loan process. Now, we want to avoid as many mistakes as possible for you to be able to obtain that loan and to purchase that property of yours. So we're going to be talking about some common mistakes that a lot of prospective home loan applicants make in the process, and then make sure that you get the particular loan that you want. And to help us do that this afternoon, we have Mawina Fesu of Home Loans, Client Service and Business Development, the First National Bank Ghana representative here this afternoon to help us to discuss this particular thing. And as we discuss, I'm sure that you have your questions, you want to send them through. At the appropriate time, we'll be opening the phone lines. You'll be sending in your comments and questions via WhatsApp, and we would let her answer as many questions as much as possible. Good afternoon, Mawina.
Hi, good afternoon.
It's a great pleasure really having you here, and I've been looking forward to this interaction for so long. I mean, so many people have had or do have questions, doubts, or whatsoever in their minds regarding the acquisition of loans. And you know how difficult it is to get loans in this country, especially for this particular purpose, getting a roof over your head. So yeah. I'm very glad that you're here this afternoon.
I'm glad to be here too.
Fantastic. Now, I'm sure that probably for the benefit, I mean, week in, week out, we've been putting out there the processes, the various steps that our viewers or potential applicants would have to go through to get that loan that they so badly need, including myself. So, but for the benefit of those out there, we would want to go through the processes again, or the process again, step by step, and then we would be able to follow up with the other questions.
Okay. Sure. So even before I dive into the process, let me just summarize exactly by saying that if you are coming in for a home loan, like we
Okay.
call it in First National Bank,
Yeah.
it means you are coming for a loan to either buy a house that has already been built,
Okay.
or you're buying a plot of land, or you are putting up your own dream house. You have your own design and everything, and you want it to your specifications. So then you're coming for a loan for that purpose. Then also you have a property and you want to, like we say, release equity. Simply put, you want to raise money from that house that you already own. So these are the main reasons why you might come to First National Bank for a home loan. How would you go about it? Usually I advise people to first of all come and let's have a discussion. Now we'll give you the loans based on your income. So you really want to know how much you can qualify for in the first place. So instead of just going right out there onto the market and pick a house, and then you come in and say, okay, I want to buy this house, how about we go the other way around? So you come in first, let's have that discussion. Let's see your income, what your current expenses are, how much disposable income is left for you at the end of the month. And then based on that, we can advise you as to, first of all, how much loan we can give you. And then based on that, you know exactly what to go look for. Whether you actually are ready to buy a house, given the prices of the houses on the market, or you'd rather go for a plot of land for now, or you do have the land already, so you want to put up your house. So basically, even how much you can qualify for will determine the kind of design and all the finishings you want to put on that house. Okay. So when we've done that, you can now go and decide on the product you want to take. Exactly what do you want to do? You put in an application. We have an application form we'll give to you to fill out. You must fill it as completely as possible. Yeah, don't leave any space out. So once you're done with that, you submit all the required documents that go with it. What are these required documents? In summary, KYC documents, just like you submit if you were going to open an account. Passport picture, should I say Ghana card, which we are all using now.
Okay.
A utility bill, something that proves where you live currently. Then since the loan is given to you based on your income, we would ask you for pay slips and bank statements if you are a salaried worker. If you have your own business, we would ask you for your business bank statements, your personal bank statements, and audited financials of the business you are doing. So these are what we would use to determine how much you can qualify for. When you submit every document you have to submit, we go through our approval process where our credit team goes through everything you've submitted, decides on, from what they can see, how much can we lend to you. Okay. So if you're successful in that, we give you an offer letter or a facility letter, we call it. That says, we are pleased to inform you that we're going to give you a mortgage facility of 300,000 cedis for 20 years. You know, you get that letter, and that's what actually gives you the confidence that, yes, indeed, we are going ahead. Now, when that's just like part of it, there's still more to do. So when you have an approval letter from the bank, next, you are supposed to pay some fees. And what do we use these fees for? We need to conduct some due diligence on the property you are buying or land you are buying, or even the home you've brought in is yours. We need to make sure that indeed it is yours, or whoever is selling to you has the right to sell to you. So we would go and run a search at the Lands Registry divisions, and we want them to be able to give us the assurance that Mr. A is selling to you, and indeed Mr. A owns that property he's selling to you. Or you've brought your land you want to construct. Indeed, it's your land. You can't go for somebody else's land and then say you want a home loan to build on it. Exactly. So we do that due diligence. We'll ask a valuer to go onto the property and do evaluation. So that's what we use the application fee you pay for. So then you need to pay these fees, enable us to do the due diligence. Once everything checks out, so the due diligence reports are okay, we give it to a lawyer to give us their opinion as to whether we should go ahead, if the report we are getting from the lands agencies is satisfactory enough to go ahead and give you a facility based on. If they say, okay, we can go ahead, then we go ahead and do that. So you sign a mortgage agreement, and once you're done with that, we pay out the money. Mind you, we don't, depending on the product you are taking, we might not put the money in your hands. So if you are buying a house somebody has built, the money goes to the person who's built. Then you just go for your keys. That's the transaction. But if you are building your own, then we give you the money. It's your project. You are monitoring it. If you are releasing equity to raise money for another activity, in that case, the money is also coming to you. But if it's a purchase for a house, a land, then we are paying whoever is selling to you, and then you go take possession of that property. So in summary, yeah, this is what the process is.
I mean, from what you've outlined so far, it doesn't sound like a complex process at all. I mean, it's quite simple. But then we still have issues where people make errors or they leave potholes, for want of a better word. I mean, the loan service provider, in this case, First National Bank, Ghana, I mean, clearly outlines just like how you've done, and we do that also here every week. And I'm sure that on your website and various outlets, you give it out. So is it still possible for a potential applicant to make a mistake so grievous as to affect the quality of the application?
I would say yes, to some extent. Maybe not grievous, but yeah, there are some petty errors here and there that can actually stall your ability to quickly get a loan. Okay. So the process I described really can take from a month to 2 months to 3 months. Okay. Yeah, but then a lot of it depends on you, the individual coming for the facility. So the little mistakes we'll talk about, or small things that you might not really be aware of, can hinder your ability to speed up this process, or even your ability to take a loan completely, because sometimes we will do some investigation into some things and then unfortunately we are not able to go ahead and give you a facility. So yes, indeed, there are some things that can hinder the process.
So having cleared that, maybe we should just now break it down.
Okay.
What are some of the possible or what are some of the common mistakes that applicants can make? Okay,
so to start with, let me start from the beginning of the process. First of all, like I said when I was explaining earlier, you need to be able to understand exactly what product suits you best at that time. So if you went in and saw a property, say you're driving through East Legon, saw a property and says, oh, this is beautiful, it's for sale, you go find out the price. And you are hit with some amounts like $350,000. Okay. Then you walk in and say, I found the property I want to buy. Okay. $350,000. And then we now ask you, okay, oh, no problem, we're excited, let's see your income. Then your income actually gives you 200,000 cedis. You are a far cry from exactly what you want to buy. So to help you not waste time, I would say that you need to start this process by first coming in. Let's do an analysis of your income, of what you do. Do you have any other sources of income that can help you, aside from maybe your main salary that you do? And then in all this, we can decide which product suits you best. You may not be ready to buy a house. Maybe what you can start with is a plot of land. And so by looking at that, we can advise you, okay, buy a plot of land. In 3 years, 4 years, you might be ready. And then you can come for another facility to build on that land. So your path will be different from somebody who can afford to buy a house straight away. Yeah. So please, before you go just picking on houses and things you want to buy, come and let's have the chat first. Yeah, and best advise you. And then also, we're looking at the application form. So you come, we give you a form. Every detail on that form is quite important. So that's why it's there. So we would advise that whatever we ask for, please fill it. Whatever is required of you, please provide it. Okay. There's a reason for which it's all been stated. So sometimes you get a half-completed application form with some 2 documents and others are outstanding and people think you can start. Let's go. But we need everything to be complete so that we don't have too much back and forth. Okay. So we'd advise that you do that immediately. Then, because also the loan really is based on your income, basically you need to be able to give us proof that you are earning enough to take a facility. So some people have their own businesses, but they don't bank their funds. Okay. It becomes a bit maybe difficult to actually show the bank that I can pay. So some might come and say, oh, I can pay, but where's the evidence of that? So I would advise that what you do is, if you even are a salaried worker and you know you have another business that gives you extra source of income, it will help if you were banking these funds. If you were banking it and we are able to see it on a regular basis, it helps to be able to do that analysis of seeing that, okay, indeed, you might get this amount from this source, but you have another source that's giving you this regular income. But if you're just taking it cash in your pocket, it'll make it difficult for us to be able to tell. Okay.
Okay.
Another one I might say also is people's credit history. That's very, very key. Now, credit history has to do with, have you ever taken a facility from another bank? Was it a personal loan, a car loan? Did you service it very well? Or there was a month you felt, this month my bread, then you just keep your money for something else, exactly. But what happens is the banks are reporting your credit behavior to a credit bureau. And every bank has access to that credit bureau. So even before you would be given any facility in any bank, home loans or not, would pull a credit report on you from the credit bureau agency.
Okay.
That tells us if you have any existing loans and how well are you paying them. So what people don't know this, so they might think, okay, I'm earning a very good income, but then you pull credit report and find out that they previously took a loan and they didn't pay, probably went into default, they had to go to court, stuff like that. So that immediately tarnishes your ability to take a facility. So just if you're planning to take a loan anytime in the future and you have one now, you really want to be able to pay it properly so that you have a good credit report. Something else we also realized is because we do loans not only for people in Ghana, but we have loads of Ghanaians outside the country who are buying properties in Ghana and taking home loans as well. They send us their credit reports, and we realized that some of them have lots of credit cards with limits, lots of limits on them. So these all affect your ability to take a loan. You want to make sure that you have just a sufficient limit for what you need, but having too many credit cards with too many high limits would also affect your ability to take a loan. So really, when it comes to credit, it's very, very important. Your credit behavior, your credit pattern. You might be earning a very good income, but then just your credit report might prevent you from getting that facility that you want to take.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that you're watching out there and you've already started tabulating your questions. Well, make sure that you send your questions. You can start doing that right now. Send your questions to our WhatsApp line, and I'm sure that Mauna will be more than willing to answer all your questions if she can for you this afternoon. And we'll be opening the phone lines too at a point in time so that you can also call in and ask your questions directly. But I've just had one question come through right now. I don't know what the viewer really means by that, but do you have any service, or do you have a process where you give out what some would refer to as quick loans? Okay,
so I mean, we are a bank. Okay. So yes, we have all other types of loans. So I'm sitting here today talking about home loans, and these, because of the legality so let's say the legal aspect of it. Okay. You don't just turn up and own a property just like that. So that's why the process might seem a bit lengthy as compared to a personal loan or a car loan you take. But yes, as First National Bank, we have all those loans as well. So if you want any other loan apart from a home loan, yes, we can help you with that too. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, so having outlined all these common mistakes that people make, or a prospective applicant will make, what would you consider or say to be a good or a sound, sacrosanct application?
Okay, so a good application really is the one that gets you to your goal. And what's your goal? A house or a land or that money to inject into your business. So why have you come to First National Bank in the first place? You came because you want a loan to buy a house or complete the house you started building, or even start from the ground up. And so you want to make sure that your application gets you to that goal. And so you want to be able to tick all the boxes that have been able to go through this process successfully to get there. And successfully means we do due diligence, it checks out. It means that you've not gone to pick any property that is in a litigation-prone area, or you have a land in a litigation prone area. So we run a search and we have a long list of judgments on it, like it's common in most places in Accra. So exactly. So these are all the things we will check. We don't want you to be enjoying your house and then somebody comes to put a note that this family owns this land and we are ejecting you. So a successful application really is one that gets you to your goal, one that gets your dreams to become a reality. And so you would want us to be able to help you get there, and we want you to be able to help us to help you get there, basically. So by listening to some of these tips, and like I mentioned earlier, it's very, very critical to us that you come and let's start the conversation early, before you even go out there and start looking for things. Because of the years of experience we've had in this area, we are even able to tell you, if you mention, okay, I want to buy a property here, without mentioning any names, we can tell you, you should be on your guard, because this area, there are lots of litigation, you'd have land guard problems, etc. And that's from experience, exactly. So the earlier you come for us to start the discussion, before you go onto the market looking at anything that's being provided or is available, then it also helps you to be able to get to your goal of getting that house to enjoy it in peace without any problems or anything else.
Exactly. So then it presupposes that, I mean, if you're having any issues with filling out the forms or trying to avoid making certain mistakes, it's as simple as possible. Just go engage the consultants, home loan consultants at First National Bank. You don't really need to engage the services of any professional or any lawyer out there in quotes, at least for this particular process.
Yes, you don't need to. So we have a very able team, home loans advisors, that would help you, take you from the beginning till the end of the process. So they're always on call to assist you. You don't need any, shall I call them, side boys or anyone to collect any money from you to be able to assist you in anything. No. Once you come, you get somebody assigned to you. The person holds your hand and takes you through the process from beginning to the end. You get a salesperson who would even advise you on the various products, do that initial analysis with you. What's your income? Do you have any other loans? Because these also affect how much you can borrow. So we will do all that analysis and then be able to advise you. And then they hold your hand through the whole process. Why you have to do this, why you have to do that. There are even people who come with documents that have some problems. So maybe where their land is located, they have one issue or the other they weren't aware of. Sometimes, as much as we are able to assist you in rectifying that error so that you can go ahead and give you the facility, yes. So yeah, the team is very capable. Like I mentioned, we've been doing this for years now, more than 10 years. Yeah, so the experience is there, the skills are there, the knowledge is there, and we are able to help you do that.
Back to the point on proof of earnings as one of the requirements, you know, for fulfilling all the aspects of the application process. I mean, they're, like you rightly mentioned, not probably every earning of a particular business person would reflect in his bank statements or bank accounts. Sometimes for reasons best known to themselves, which we wouldn't want to touch on now. How would you advise such a person, or let me put it this way, how else can somebody like that in that bracket prove that I am still capable of paying back this loan or paying for this particular property? I still have this. X amounts may come through ABCD accounts, but I still have the ability to pay for the loan. I mean, because I do this other business ABC thereabout. How can you advise such a person who can show exact proof of such?
Okay, so it's good you've asked that question. We looked at the situation you've just described, and we came up with a very interesting product to help such people. So we have what we call a safe-to-own product. We realize that, I mean, in Ghana, everybody has a side hustle, or sometimes the main hustle, and it's a bit informal. So you are not able to provide a payslip or a bank statement or audited financials like a well-established business person can do. But you know that you are earning enough. I mean, if we asked you to pay 4,000 cedis every month, you know you can comfortably pay that on a house. So what we designed with Save to Own is that we give you an opportunity to prove to us that indeed you can part way with a specific amount of money every month, which is equivalent to what you're going to be paying for a home loan. So we would say that, okay, first of all, let's look for a property that's yet to be completed, right? Maybe the person is going to be done with the house in 12 to 18 months. That gives you enough time to prove to the bank that indeed I can pay. So you bring that property and say, okay, I want to buy this property. I don't have all the documents you want me to prove. This house will be ready in the next 12 months. What we will do is that, okay, we have 12 months to be able to pay whoever is building. Prove to us that indeed you can pay this loan for this 12-month period. We'll straight away give you a loan. So we'll do the calculation. If you wanted to borrow, let's say 350,000 cedis, and it comes that, just off the top of my head, you pay 4,000 cedis every month, and you say I can pay, we would say, okay, open a savings account, a Save to Own account. You pay 4,000 cedis into it every month for this 12-month period. And so you paying it every month for this 12-month period is enough proof to us that indeed you can pay that amount every month. At the end of the 12-month period, we'll give you the home loan. But mind you, if you found a property that has already been built, the vendor might not be able to wait for this 12 months for you to be proven to the bank that you can pay. So usually would advise you to go for a property that is yet to be completed, because we would pay out only when the property is standing, it's there, it's ready for you to move in. So if the vendor is telling you, okay, I'll be done in 12 months time, it's perfect property you can buy, come, take and apply for a Save to Own. We are giving you time. We'll let you know how much you're supposed to pay every month on that property. You just pay it every month for 12 months. Once we see that you can do that, we give you the loan. And that's what we do for people with informal kind of income. What you put in the account for this 12-month period does not belong to the bank. It's a savings. The loan hasn't started yet.
Okay.
It's just evidence, like you are showing that you can part with this amount of money every month. So at the end of the 12-month period, it's your money. You can use it as down payment on the property. You can use it to pay your fees that go with the application, etc. But it's yours.
I think that is really clear enough, and I'm sure that you out there really have understood what Mawina is saying. Well, we've been speaking to Mawina Fesu of First National Bank Ghana, the Home Loans Client Service and Business Development Department. This Homeowner Show is brought to you by the First National Bank Ghana, First National Bank, how can we help you? And supported by CBC Properties Limited. CBC Properties, your home of trusted lands and properties. We're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with the conversation. Welcome back from the break, and you're watching the Homeowner Show right here on Metro TV. The Homeowner Show is proudly brought to you by First National Bank Ghana. First National Bank, how can we help you? And proudly supported by CBC Properties Limited. CBC Properties, your home of trusted lands and properties. Now, we are just opening the phone lines just about now, but if you have some other questions, you could also send them via WhatsApp. We'll be very glad to have Mawina answer them. So you can send them via WhatsApp, and you can also call in, and then we would be reading out your questions. Now, Major Enterprises is a pioneer in innovative building and construction materials with over 20 years of experience in Ghana. We supply notable brands like ERA, George Fisher Hakan Plastics, Peace and Freya Plastic, EMS Force Interplast, Bosch Power Tools, Leo Pumps, and many more. Major Majel is also the sole distributor of CAS products in Ghana. Call Majel Enterprise for all your hardware supplies on 0207-672-965 or 0540-573-421. On social media, find them at Majel Enterprise. Locate Majel at Spintex, Ecobank, Adogono Road, opposite the Shell station. Majel Enterprise, if it's not quality, it's not Majel. So you are watching us right here, and we're speaking to Mawina Fesu. Mawina Fesu is with the First National Bank Ghana of the Home Loans and Client Service and Business Development Department. And I'm sure that you have your questions ready coming through very soon. So I believe that we have some questions right now. Mawina, let me just check right now. Yes, okay, so one person here says, I work with, well, I don't know whether I should mention the company, but he says Metropolitan Insurance Company, but I need a car loan for work and pay it, as it were, payback. Is it possible to get a loan? Well, Mawina here is talking about home loans specifically, but like she mentioned earlier, as a bank, they also have other loans available. So I'm sure you want to add a little bit to that.
Yes. I mean, just like Michael's saying,
Yeah.
we are a bank, and so we have a wide range of products and loans as well. So please, feel free to walk into any of our 11 branches. I don't know where you are located, but we have one in Kumasi, one in Takoradi, and we have 9 here in Accra. All the malls, you find the First National Bank branch there. So please, feel free to walk into any of our branch and we'll assist you with the loan you want.
Okay, so I'm reminding you to call in and ask your questions directly or send in your WhatsApp messages, and we'll be glad to ask Mawina here. But I'm sure that we still have a few more errors or mistakes that people can possibly make in the application process.
Yes, we do. So as we do these things, we see very interesting things coming up. Sometimes you find out that things like even a person's identity cards,
okay,
right? So one might have this name and the other might have another name. So somebody has one with a middle name or a different surname, one has a different name altogether, and they say they're the same person.
Okay.
And so proving what shows that you're the same person. So if you have Mawina Yada on one, I'm using myself.
Okay.
And then you have Mawina Fesu on another ID.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I'm the same person. Okay. But different names here. So how do we prove that you are the same person? Okay. So as much as possible before you come and apply for these things, just make sure that you have all these things worked out. If you want you're married, you change your documents to your marital name.
Can you please hold that thought for a second?
Okay.
We have Sadat on the line. Sadat, I'm sure would want to ask a quick question before we move on. Sadat, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Good afternoon.
Fantastic. Good afternoon. You can go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, I'm asking, can you open a dollar account for the home service, for the homes?
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably referring to the
home loan.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for the question. Yes, so we do give the facilities in both CD and USD dollar. Yes, so if it's a dollar facility you want, yes, we'll open a USD account for you to be able to use to service your loan. If it's a CD you want, then you open a CD account. I'll add here that we don't only give the loans to our customers. So if you don't bank with us, you still can come and apply for a facility. We are nice like that. We want to help everybody.
All right, so I'm sure that answers your question, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're expecting you to call in and ask more questions. So let's go back to the point you're making.
Exactly. Yes, so I was trying to say that you should get all your documents in check. If it's an affidavit you need, if you need to do swear an oath, basically, you need to do all that to show that you're one and the same person. If you have different documents.
I'm sorry to barge in again.
Okay, that's fine.
But Ebenezer is on the line. We just want to do that before the call drops. Ebenezer, are you out there?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm there.
Yes, great. Good afternoon and welcome to Homeowners Show. You can ask a question.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon?
Yes, good afternoon, Ebenezer.
Yeah.
Please go ahead with your question.
All right, my question is, do I need an account before I can get the loan?
Okay. All right, Ebenezer. Thank you very much. Yes, Mawina.
Yeah, so Ebenezer, no, you don't need to have an account before you can. I mean, as part of the process, we'll open an account for you, yes. But if you don't already have an account with First National Bank, you can still come. We'll open an account for you as part of the process, yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. So, you were on the point of swearing an oath or an affidavit to
just
prove.
to prove exactly. So yeah, because sometimes it does store applications, makes it waste time because we now have to send you to go and do a gazette and all that to show that you are the same person that all the documents are talking about. So if you have all that in place before you come in, it helps to speed up your process. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's pick another one before we go to yet another mistake or error that people make. Jeff from Adenta, I believe, is on the line. Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Yes.
Good
Jeff.
afternoon.
Afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Kindly go ahead with your question.
I have a property which is about 90% complete.
Okay.
I want to know whether if I want First National Bank to come and complete it so that they give me time to pay up, can that be done?
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Mamina.
Yes, so basically, yes, that's what the home loan is all about. So I'm happy to hear that you are 90% complete. You're almost there. So yes, we can give you a facility to complete that house. So your house, in this case, will be the collateral. We give you a facility. You just need to let us know how much you need. And we will need a bill of quantities for that. So that would outline the work remaining to be done. You must get a quantity surveyor to do that for you. So once we know the amount involved and then you are earning a regular income to be able to support the loan, yes, we'll give you something to finish that house.
Thank you very much, Jeff, and I'm sure that answers your question, right? Okay. I think we have Inusa on the line now. Inusa.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Inusa. You're welcome.
I'm calling from North.
Yes. Please, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Please, if you have a loan and you want to open the account so they will give you a loan, how will you do?
Can you please go over your question again?
I'm saying that if you have another loan in your payslip and you want the loan for them to help you, how will you do?
Okay. Did you get that?
Yes. So he says if you want a loan, how do you go about opening an account?
Yes.
To do? Okay. So Inusa, you are in the north. We don't have a branch there yet. We're still on our branch expansion works, but you can just call us. Our toll-free number is 0800 770 522. We'll take you through the process. We can remotely or from the distance help you open an account and then do the necessary things that you want to do to be able to take a home loan. Yes. So the distance is not a problem. We even give to people outside Ghana, so we are able to, we can take you through that. So please call us. Any of the numbers showing on the screen, we'll be able to assist you.
Fantastic. Sadat from Kaswa, I believe. Sadat, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Homeowners Show.
Good afternoon.
Good
called
afternoon.
For the dollar account. I didn't finish my question.
Oh, okay. All right.
My real question is, I have a house I want to purchase in McCarthy Hill, and I have $20,000 down, but the house costs around $90,000. But the person needs it in maybe 2 months' time or something. Can I come and deposit the $20,000 and the bank will go check the house, everything. If it's okay, they can pay for me and I'll pay the rest. Like, I'll show them my pay slip and I'll pay the rest till I'm done with them. Because if it's not that, I can lose the house. The owner can't wait for that 1 year, that 12 months. And I'm asking if it's possible, if that's possible.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Sadat.
Okay. Yeah, so Sadat, the 12-month process I was explaining is for people who don't earn a regular income or don't have pay slips to show. But in your case, since you do, yes, you can keep your deposits, as we call it. So in this case, the property is $90,000. You have 20, you need 70. Yeah. So you can deposit the 20, don't pay it yet. Let's do an analysis for the 70. So you give us your pay slip or your income details. We would analyze it. If we do everything and then you can borrow the $70,000, we will go ahead and give that to you. Then we will also add the 20 you've deposited and then transfer all to the homeowner. And like I mentioned, once you go through the process fast enough, bring the documents you're supposed to bring, pay whatever fees you have to pay on time, we can be done in the 2-month period your vendor is looking for, and then we can pay him for the house.
Fantastic. I believe Alice is on the line. Hello, Alice.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Alice. Thanks for calling in. You can ask a question, please.
Yes. I also want to find out, we have a land and then we want to to find out if that loan can be solved to build a house while we pay at that the 12 months that she's talking about. I don't know if they can also do that to help, because we have a land already, but we need something that, just like what she's explaining, if they can help us to build a house and then we'll pay as time goes on, please. This is my question.
Thank you very much, Alice.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Alice. So yes, we can help you. You have a land in this case, so I'm sure you also have what you want to build on it. Your drawings, your building permits, you would need those to bring to us. You need to give us a bill of quantities that will tell us how much you need for the house you have designed that you want to put up on the land. Then you come and apply for the loan. Now, the loan is not for 12 months, it's for 20 actually. So look at the amounts involved in houses. It's quite large. If we give you a home loan and say pay it back in 12 months, you'll be paying a huge amount every month. So we spread it for up to 20 years, depending on your age. We don't want you to be on retirement and still be owing us. So we look at how old you are, how many more years you have to retirement. And that's how long we spread the loan for. But the maximum is 20 years. So Alice, yes, if you can call us or walk into any of our branches, yes, we can start the process. So you have the land. I'm sure you have documents to it. So you need to have documents that show that you own the land. Then get your building permits, the drawings of the house you want to put up, bill of quantities that show how much you need to put up that house. And then come and let's start the process. Yeah.
All right. So Alice, I'm sure that sorts you out. But I'm interested in that. Okay, before I come back with a follow-up question on Alice, I think Bright is on the line. Hello, Bright.
Yeah, I'm online.
Yes, Bright, you are welcome to the Homeowners Show. You can ask a question.
Yes, I'm trying to find out what is the minimum length of their loan and what is the maximum?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, I think he's talking about the tenure of the loan. So minimum we can do up to 5 years. I mean, that's the shortest I've seen anyone take because of the amounts involved, like I mentioned. But the maximum is 20 years. That's how long we can go. Again, caveat is based on your age. So if you came for a facility and you are 50, it means you have 10 years to retirement. So we'll give you a 10-year facility. If you are 45, you have 15 years to retirement. So we'll give you a 15-year facility. If you are young like me, then you can take the entire 20 years, and then yeah, you have that to repay. So that's the maximum tenure that you can take for a facility.
Okay. So probably, I mean, thank you very much there, Bright. But so this and Alice's question are probably close to each other, so I can ask that follow-up question. 20 years, you're given probably a maximum of 20 years. What is your current interest rate right now? If I'm looking at, say, a 20-year period to repay, if you are young like me, to repay a loan for a period of, stretched over a period of 20 years.
Okay, so I mentioned that we have it in cedis and dollars.
Yes.
If you're taking a cedi facility, it's pegged to the Ghana reference rate, which is GRR, plus a margin of between 5 and 7. Current GRR is about 26.5.
Okay.
The thing with GRR is it goes, right now we're seeing it go up. I've seen it go down before.
Yeah.
So it fluctuates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever it changes, then it also changes your rate. But the margin is fixed. So if we add 5, it's fixed.
Okay.
It's the GRR that changes, that's for the CD.
Okay. Kweku Danso, I believe, is on the line. Hello, Kweku.
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, good afternoon, and you're welcome to the Homeowners Show.
Afternoon, Bob.
Yes, please go ahead. You can ask a question.
Please, I say I'm a businessman, but I need some loan to complete my house. But please, did you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, I need some money to complete my house, but I'm already started, and I'm a businessman. So please, I want to know the exact percentage that you deducted for every month or.
Okay. I get. I think I get your question. Mawana gets it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kweku. She'll try her best to answer it.
Okay. So, look, you're a businessman. What we would do is that we need to look at the type of business you are doing and how much revenue it's bringing to you every month. So we'll analyze the business, we'll look at your bank statements or whatever documents you have that you can use to show us maybe some invoices here and there of people who owe you, people who will be paying you. Now, we don't take more than 40% of your monthly income every month. That's how we try to do the repayment arrangement, so that whatever you are earning every month as income or revenue, as a businessman, that's personally coming to you, we try not to take more than 40% of it. If we will stretch it maybe to 50 if it's a CD loan, but then usually it's between 40 to 50, will not take more than that percentage of your income every month. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much for calling in there. Do we still have a few more errors you might want to outline here that people could scale or avoid?
So I didn't finish with the rates, sorry. Yeah, so for USD, the current base rate is 13.3, and then we add some slight margins based on your risk rating. Yeah, but yeah, slight, doesn't even get to 1. But what we are doing at First National Bank is like we are having a build-up promotion, and it's raining discounts. So this is the best time to come for a facility. You get nice discounts that would help bring down your monthly payments. Discount is up to 1.5% off your rates. So imagine you came for $1, you start from 13.3 and you go back again. CD, you get like maybe 30, then you go back again. So it's raining discounts.
This is the right time to go for it if you're considering a loan. Well, time now to do our tidbits, and First National Bank Ghana have their tidbits ready for us really to take a look at. So it's out there on the screen now, the home loan application process. So first of all, the borrower submits a completed application form with the requisite documents as listed on our website. First National Bank will issue a letter of intent, LOI, within 72 hours after receipt of application. Now, the borrower accepts to proceed by signing and returning the LOI back to First National Bank, and then this paperwork is then processed and either accepted or declined. If accepted, the facility letter is issued to the borrower. The borrower then accepts terms and conditions by signing and returning the facility letter to First National Bank and pays the closing costs. Next, borrower fulfills all pre-disbursement conditions, including insurance, and then the loan process is closed and disbursed. So these are our tidbits for today. But let me ask you, somebody just sent this one in. We have just a few minutes to wrap up, and I hope that we can do this quickly. Now, he's saying that, look, I don't have any money, but I'm thinking of putting up a commercial complex, a small commercial complex, some shops, and then probably maybe some 2-3 bedroom on top of it, maybe 2-3 floors. Now, I'm planning to do this on my mother's property. There's some space in front. In a situation like this, what can you do to help me?
Okay, so first of all, the home loans we give are currently for only residential properties. Strictly, we want to help people solve the residential problem, then we go on to commercial. Notwithstanding, like I mentioned, in First National Bank as a whole, we have other loans, and you will be able to get a loan for a commercial project. So, but I don't know about the person saying they don't have, is it that they don't have the money to build?
Yes.
But once they are earning an income, it's not a problem. So they can still come in, and then we will do an assessment of that project they want to put up and what revenue they are earning personally to be able to back the loan they want to take to do that commercial project. So it will not be a home loan, because home loans are strictly residential, but you still get a loan for second projects.
Would you also not consider probably using the existing property or the property on the land that they want to do the commercial complex as collateral or something like that?
Okay, so if it's your property, yes, you can release equity on it. But he says it's for his mother. So if your mother is willing to transfer ownership to you, you can take an equity release loan, yes. Yeah.
I had one more question, but unfortunately we've run out of time. I was going to ask you something about the credit history. I mean, for somebody who's defaulted in payment in another bank and a loan, is there any hope for such a person? I don't know.
We'll have to revisit this topic again.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit this topic again. But thank you very much, Mawina, for coming in, and it's been a very useful lesson this afternoon for all of us. Thank you for coming through.
It's a pleasure.
All right, so we've been speaking to Mawina Fesu from First National Bank Ghana of the Home Loans, the Client Service and Business Development Department, and we'll be talking about common mistakes that home loan applicants make make during the application process. And I hope that you've had all your questions answered here. But if you want to wear a shirt like I am wearing, get to Great Shirts, to Sub-Saharan Fashion brand. Now, great shirts are worn by great men with integrity. That's the philosophy behind Sub-Saharan Fashion brand. At Sub-Saharan Fashion, our choice of fabric is inspired by our culture and heritage. The temperament of our clients contributes to the choice of fabric and colors to use. At the end, we create an art piece which is custom made for one person only. If you want to patronize the brand reserved for men with integrity, call or WhatsApp Same on 0264017512 for your orders. And on social media, you can find them at Sub-Saharan Fashion, and you can get all that you want. The Homeowner Show was proudly brought to you by First National Bank Ghana. First National Bank, how can we help you? And supported by CBC Properties. CBC Properties, your home of trusted lands and properties. Major enterprise, if it's not major, it's not quality. Sub-Saharan Fashion brand, great shirts for men with integrity. And the Business and Financial Times, Ghana's most authoritative business news source. Construction TV Online for all your building and construction news and much more. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Homeowner Show. It's been a pleasure coming your way. Make sure you join us again next Sunday for another episode. Until then, have a great week.